If you haven't figured out by now, guess I'm gonna take the boat out. It's what is it? 5 o'clock in the morning. No, it's not. It's like 4:30. But trying to beat the heat, so we'll see what happens. I could take it out for a few hours until it gets real hot, and then we're done. See if you like my new haircut. It's bad head though. Here comes Chucky. I freshly showered. See what, both of us on keto diet for the last couple months. Both of us has really lost some weight, so. Well, here's another one, another mess I've got myself into. I'm gonna have to learn when to say no. It's like a 60 horse Mariner, which is fine. But, you know, I even showed the guy. I was like, they cheese hold this. I've taken this off and got it hanging up in the air. They had a clamp on. It was just, this is a clamp on, so I don't know. I think they tried to put a bolt through here and it was binding. It was kind of leaning back. You can see where it's gouging into the transom. So now we got like wood showing right here. And so I don't know. I can see all that. Some of the holes, it's gonna have to just be sealed, which, you know, gets in the way of the clamp. Really wacky, I don't know. Whoever did it really screwed up. So, original bolt holes. I've cleaned this all up. Still got a little bit everywhere, but for the most part, I've cleaned it up. But this hole and this hole would be where original bolt holes, you know, for, I don't know, 40 to 60 horsepower motors. So yeah, anyway, on this side it had where it was kind of good that they brought it when they did, but I guess this one was leaking. You can see where it kind of gouged into the fiberglass. Both of these did. So it's got some transom damage. I mean, I don't know. Maybe put a moisture meter on it and see what it's like, I guess. I should have said no, though. I think I have to run up. I got my thing. I can run through these holes, and then maybe take some bolts and like this and this one to seal them back up. Some good silicone sealant, seal them back up. I mean, it's solid. I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna do it. I should probably just tell them to come get it. Some old bass boat, you never know. Were these guys just trying to fix it so they can sell it? You know, are they trying to give it to some kids that they have? See, we don't even know when it was registered last. Probably years. It's probably been sitting for a long time. See, they even took this off, man. You don't even know when it was last ran. the steering cable was locked into the knuckle, which is not even like the right. I don't know. I cleaned it up, cleaned the inside of here up. Just hoping maybe, you know, this will work. I don't know. Like I said, it's one that but it does. When he brought it over, like they had the remote just kind of laying here, and it was laying off the side, but they had tried to put a new switch in, and they kind of messed it all up. Anyway, I put the switch in, and it had 3 file plugs, so I just grabbed some used ones that I had, threw them in there, and put my gas tank to it. They've got a gas can. I mean, they cleaned up the boat really good, which is interesting. You know, they went through all the compartments and everything, cleaned it up, but what do I say about it? Oh, I put my gas tank on there, and it fired right up, and it actually sounded pretty good. These are kind of notorious for being hard to run. One of the problems we got is we got this wiring right here. It's coming from the stator, so it's gonna need a new stator at the very least. And I went through and sprayed this down with some cleaner, just some simple green, just to get some of the dirt and stuff out of there. I'd opened this up initially. It was real clean inside there, so I think it doesn't really need a carb job. Probably needs a new rectifier, the state of that. And I think I did see like one wire from the trigger was bad. I don't know. I'm gonna try to just put a stator on it and see if that'll fix it. You know, gotta do a water pump. It's not peeing. That was another thing. It's like a list. I was trying to discourage him, and I think I'm learning, like, when I don't want to do it, I need to just tell him, I don't want to do it. Sorry. Take it to somebody else. It's too much work. It's never going to be right. They're never going to be happy. You know, and if they are and they go away and then something happens, then no matter what, like, they're going to look at me and go, it's my fault. So no matter what I do, it's going to be my fault. I don't know this. Hopefully it all works out. I've already committed, you know, so. But I'm going to have to learn that. I'm going to have to learn when to say no. I mean, these are the bolts that was in it. Like, this is a lot of I don't know. So anyway, I think I'm going to try to hook up this Stingray over here that I got. Go out and try to run it this morning. See if I fixed it. It's another one that I'm not real sure that I even fixed it, because those Cruisers have a little interrupt switch when you shift. It like kind of kills the engine, and you know, I've adjusted that thing now a couple times. And it just, you know, I don't know. I'm preparing for the worst and see if it'll shift and run. Hopefully it will. Here's another story. I mean, this is the kind of gambit of the stuff that I get. Like, really beautiful bass tracker that this guy brought me, and I guess it was garage cab. I mean, this is like an 80s model. It is in amazing shape. Like, somebody obviously kept it in really good shape. But, so he brought it to me, and the trim wasn't working. Well, it was working, but it was leaking oil really, really bad. So he brought another trim cylinder. I mean a trim motor. So I replaced the seals in the trim motor and put this on there. But when he didn't bring me the key. So I would normally just start them just because, just to check them out. So he didn't bring me a key, and I start this thing. I want to start this thing, but I can't. And so I'm like, oh, he says it starts and runs great, so I'm just replacing a trim motor. So hey, what we got to lose? I didn't even think about it at all, not the tiniest bit. Takes it away. I get a call on a Sunday of all days. He's out on the lake. He can't. I guess he just dropped it in the water, and then he just cranked it, and never could get it to turn over. And wanted to know if I had any ideas. And I'm like, no, I just replaced a trim motor. And then, the more I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. He didn't even bring me, a set of keys. How could I even start it if I didn't have a set of keys? So I reminded him of that. And he seemed real cool about it. He was like, oh, yeah, well, when can I bring it back? Well, I mean, I'm 10 boats deep. Trying to get. I've got people calling me because it's the middle of summer, and I'm like, I'm probably 3 weeks, a month behind. Honestly, that's really what it is. When you get in a mindset, you think, oh, I'm only a couple weeks behind, and then stuff like this comes, and then you're like, no, you're not. You're more like a month behind. Which I guess that's a good thing, but it kind of puts a little stress on you. So what I was going to say is that, on that boat, I just have to bring it back, and I'll just have to diagnose what it is. But afterward, he texted me and stuff, and then I got another text. It's like, well, the wife said, something about, it's like, well, it was working perfectly before we brought it over to him. That's the kind of stuff you get, man. And then, he's like, but now it's not working. I mean, how do you respond to that? So I was trying to be nice, and I was like, dude, if it's something I did, I'll cover it, but, chances are not. And it makes you wonder, like, well, was this thing broken before he brought it over there? And he's just getting me to replace a trim motor, and then he's going to say, hey, you broke my boat. I don't think so. I think he's a pretty honest guy. I just think it's a really weird situation that hopefully we can resolve. We can figure out, what's causing the issue. I don't think that we inadvertently something else has happened. Something else has happened, and it just happened to happen. And when I changed that motor, I think, well, maybe it's a fuse. That was the first thing I thought. It was like, he's got a fuse going bad. But I asked him to check the fuse, and he's like, yeah, it's fine. Because I did disconnect the battery when I did the trim motor. And then I connected it back, but he said it's not doing nothing. So, very interesting. Anyway, we'll figure that out, and that's kind of what's going on right now, and I guess hey, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and, hit the bell notification, and all that stuff. It does help. Still, again, like, I don't know, something like 95% of the people that watch videos on the channel aren't subscribed, so thanks for watching.